What's going on, everybody? This is your Anime Degens back with the Bullshit Hour, episode 18. Welcome. So we have two topics we're going to go over today. Um, First being our first look. We haven't done this in a few weeks. It's going to be of Uncle from Another World. I think some of us enjoyed it. And then after that, we're going to do some more Crackpot fan theories. Um, I'm really, really excited for these. I think we have some interesting ones. But first, we had some news, right, Tyler?
Yeah, so apparently the One Piece manga is going to be taking a break. Goat Oda has to have eye surgery to correct and fix his astigmatism, so nothing super major. Hopefully not life threatening, because we need this shit to end before he goes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, man. I always worry about Oda's health. I believe he's in his 50s now. I found out a few weeks ago he does not really sleep much. Doesn't even really go home. I think he sleeps 3 hours a day and works the rest. So, what's not
Damn.
the best for his health? Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm just really impressed with how well the Wano arc ends and like how well the next arc is going with the fact that he was like working with like an astigmatism, like eye strain, everything else. So man's for
Right.
the people, dude. Man's for the people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's not letting go of that legacy. He's got to keep producing. So, I also found, guys, that Fire Force is going to be changing animation studios for season 3. They're going to be going from David Production to Studio Shaft. I thought that's interesting. I've always liked the animation style that we've had. We've been blessed with it at Fire Force, so I hope it kind of stays steady. I hope everything goes well.
The
Yeah,
Shaft is a big studio, right?
Yeah, they are. They are.
yeah,
I
they've
just
done a
don't like
bunch of
change, Tyler.
they've done a bunch of shows, so we'll have to see what they do with it. They have a really unique style, from what I understand. I haven't watched too many or any shows from them, but from what I read, like they have a really unique animation style. So that could play really well with Fire Force, though. So I'm kind of excited for that. I also saw that people are speculating we're going to begin in spring 2024. So Tyler's
All
got some
right. All
catching up
right.
to do.
You
Oh
haven't
yeah,
seen it yet, bro?
I gotta watch it, bro.
Yeah,
I made
you do.
I made him watch the first episode when I was hammered in Discord one day.
You guys are missing out by not being in our Discord if you're not already. It is fun in there. We also had some news about Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War Part 2. Um, I saw that it may drop before July, and I got excited for you guys. But it's just a pre-screening, and it's going to be June 25th in a few select theaters in Japan. So you guys are getting hoed. I'm sorry about that.
I was going to say, you can't be too excited about it dropping early. You got a little more catching up to do, right?
Oh no, I'm happy for you and Tyler, bro.
Don't worry, I would have went and seen it probably, because yeah, this hopefully this cower is gonna be like better. So we'll see.
Yeah, did you not like the last one? I hadn't.
No,
I did like it, but
it
it's
was
just this
it
one's
was
gonna be better.
it was
Oh,
fucking
better,
peak.
even better. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
bro, I ain't seen it. Okay.
It was
Um,
really good.
I mean,
cool.
who doesn't like, our Bleach coming back? You know what I mean? We've been waiting for a while for it to come back and finish, and here we are.
Yeah,
So
like 10 years or something like that.
yeah.
I'm really happy for you.
Awesome. We also got some My Hero Academia news. Allegedly, a live action casting has been leaked. So Netflix again dabbling in the anime live action TV shows. So I'm kind of worried, but I think this is one that they could do a pretty good job on. Honestly, like Marvel can handle comics, so why can't we make a superhero anime show, into a live action pretty easily? So
Yeah, I mean they also cancel like all their shows, but we'll see what happens.
Netflix will fuck it up. Don't worry.
The only live action from Netflix I'm excited about is One Piece. And I'm just hoping it's good, bro.
Yeah, Oda's got a heavy hand in that one, so I think we'll be okay. I hope so. I don't think Oda's going to let them produce anything but good entertainment. Not
Yeah,
on his name, you know what I'm saying?
that's gonna release on like December 31st with how Oda's looking over it and like keeping an eye on it, because he's out for a month right now with this surgery. So he's gonna keep pushing it back. He's gonna keep make sure they do a good job with it. But they said it's releasing this year, so we'll see when it comes out.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Our little last piece of news, we usually go pretty quickly. Um, but I did want to say this because we have a legend here. Studio Ghibli is not planning to promote Hayao Miyazaki's final film, How Do You Live? I mean, I thought this was a really interesting choice, just in case some of our viewers don't know who that is. He's produced, a couple of movies we've watched for Studio Ghibli on this show, like Spirited Away, The Wind Rises. I mean, he's been in the animation game for over 60 years at this point. He started with Toei back in the early 60s. He's also produced My Neighbor Totoro, Princess Mononoke, and then Kiki's Delivery Service. He's something else. He's produced banger after banger his whole career.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I thought The Wind Rises was going to be a swan song, but it looks like we're getting one more, so that's really exciting.
Yeah, bro is 82 years old. He said, I got one more in me, like Vince Carter. I love that shit. Do you guys think that this is gonna pay off for Studio Ghibli? You think people are gonna still show up in droves?
I don't think they need to advertise it. I think it's Studio Ghibli, dude. It doesn't. You don't need to. It's honestly a waste of money.
True. Yeah, no, I would still show up if this comes in U.S. theaters, but for sure in Japan. Cool. That's all the news we had, guys. You guys want to get on to our first look?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Sweet.
So this week, we got requested from Dylan from Sugoi Summit to watch 4 episodes of Uncle from Another World, and that is a 13 episode reverse isekai from July, like around the 2022 time frame. The studio is Atelier Pont d'Arc, I believe is how it's pronounced. It's available on Netflix. This is the first major show that this studio has done, so we're just kind of excited to check it out, see what's going on with it. But so in this show, our main character has just woken up from a 17-year coma with some strange powers. We follow his journey while he adjusts to life in 2017. So the uncle was in a coma for 17 years, I believe, after being hit by a truck. And he's now 35 years old. He actually just had a birthday recently. What was y'all's first opinion of him when y'all seen him?
I thought he was creepy as hell. But I felt really bad for him. He had just woken up from a coma, bro. So I thought he was hilarious how he was talking to his nephew. But no one else from his family was there, so I thought it was kind of sad.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's kind of like a weird story where somebody wakes from a coma, and I get the whole family just fell apart because they didn't know what to do with them. So at least they didn't pull the plug. I mean, that'd be kind of tragic.
I mean, yeah, 17 years, bro, and medical coma like that. That's got to be tough, though.
Yeah, man.
Money wise. So
yeah, but somebody's got to pull up. Somebody other than the nephew got to pull up. Somebody. But yeah, no, this was pretty. The first episode I thought was really good. I got to watch 4 of the episodes out of the 13. I think Dan watched the whole thing, so he's got a little bit more backstory with this thing.
I banged it out really quick just because. So in the first episode, he wakes up and the first question he asks is, "Who's winning the console wars? Is it Sega?" And at that moment, I was hooked because I love Sega. I'm the biggest Sonic nerd you'll ever meet, and it was just at that point I was like, oh, this is my fucking boy. I absolutely love this character already. I don't even. He's a weird old otaku who just was a shut-in and played video games all day.
Mm-hmm.
But he picked the right console. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, wasn't it the only console back then?
No,
definitely not.
You had the Nintendo.
Yeah.
You already had the PlayStations out. I think you had the PlayStation 1 out. I think the 2 came out in 2000 or 1999. It might have been 2001, but it's somewhere around there. But he might have just missed that. So there was at least.
Damn, we old boys.
Yeah,
for real, bro.
For real, bro. It seems like that long ago.
I mean, when I was playing the Sega Genesis at 4 or 5 years old, that feels pretty old. That feels like a long time ago.
I don't know. It feels like not too long ago since I had the first PlayStation 1. It's wild.
That's a long ass time, dog. You old as hell.
Oh,
My my favorite like Sega console. I didn't really get to play on the Genesis much, but I played like the Dreamcast. I played NHL. What was the like old 2K NFL 2K games? I had so much fun with that shit, man.
Oh,
And
dude.
I was like a beast Bassmaster.
I was gonna say Bassmaster was awesome with that like weird controller you plug like the memory card into and you could like actually fish with it. That shit was
Yeah,
awesome.
I like still have vivid memories of that. So he definitely picked the right set of consoles. It's just unfortunate what happened. But yeah, a couple of things he woke up with were, which I didn't believe him at first. He was like, I lived my life in another world for the last 17 years. And he's like, I'll prove it to you. And he starts like talking in this weird language. And he's obviously trying to do like some kind of spells, right? And he gets through probably 30 seconds of it. And I'm like, this guy's bullshitting. Like, he's definitely bullshitting. And then he casts, I think it was a fire one to start. He's like, oh, Japanese works.
I should have known. I should have known to say the Japanese.
I was like, oh fuck. What was y'all's reaction to that, man? I thought that was a funny little bit right there.
Yeah, I didn't think that he was gonna be able to pull it off either. But you know, it's kind of this show is kind of over the top in some ways, and I enjoyed it a lot. The humor was there, so
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
It did a really good job being funny, and it was like over the top, but it was also super underwhelming like the entire time.
Yeah, it was laughs and disappointment at the same time.
And if you want to know how to grow a YouTube channel, bro, Oji-san, uncle, he's your man. They can help you out. Just watch this, and you'll know how to do it.
Yeah, you just gotta know how to use magic. So good luck with that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. So how would y'all like describe like our MC, man? Like I thought he was just kind of like, obviously you're gonna be weird because like you've been asleep for 17 years, but it was just like funny seeing him trying to like navigate the modern world.
Definitely weird. I think he's a bullshitter. Like he's way overconfident, cocky, and for no reason. Like but I also think that him and the nephew, Takafumi, is like almost the same, bro. They're literally the same. So
Yeah,
he's just younger.
They have very similar personalities, but I mean, Uncle is just your stereotypical otaku. Like he's a video game playing shut-in. And the fact that like I think it's episode 2 or 3 when he's like, I remember my first love, and he starts talking about characters from a video game for one of them. He's like, actually, my first love. And it goes like this flashback scene, and it's him walking into like a game store at the age of 8. And you just hear like the soundtrack from Sonic 2 playing in the background. And he's like, my first love was Sonic and Tails. And I was like, this is my fucking boy.
This is Dan. We are watching Dan.
I had like secondhand embarrassed. No, not like that. I know my man ain't like that.
Not like that.
Yeah, I got some secondhand embarrassment, but I was also laughing my ass off.
Oh, dude, there's like scenes in it where he gets like super inspirational and like he's just like giving out great life lessons. And he's like, yeah, I learned this from a Puyo Puyo game. Like, what do you call like the books that used to come in video games? The manual.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He's like, I learned this from the Puyo Puyo manual. And if you guys don't know, Puyo Puyo is like Sega's version of Tetris where you have little beans that drop down and like you can like drop beans on your opponent. And I was cracking up because I used to play that shit all the time.
Yeah, I had never played it. I played it and I wasn't good at it. I was later in my life I became a huge Tetris guy though, so that's how it goes. But yeah, the nephew and Fujimiya both thought he was being like so insightful. And they were like, "Wow, you're really awesome." And then he's like, "Yeah, I learned it from Puyo Puyo." And like that's just like how like all the comedy is in this little show.
It's so fucking stupid. I literally like messaged these guys. I was like, this is so fucking stupid, but I'm hooked. Like, I just want to keep watching for the Sega references. He gets into Golden Axe later in the show, and it's so funny. He's like trying to mimic like Golden Axe moves while fighting. And if you guys have
Jesus
ever
Christ.
played Golden Axe, it's like a side-scrolling fighting game, and there's this one move where you do like a jump, dash, dive thing, and you just like jump in the air and smash out your sword, but it's the worst move in the game because it never hits.
God bless.
It was so funny.
Uncle was on another one, bro, the entire time.
Yeah, I think I really enjoyed him. I didn't understand, like I didn't really get. They always said he was as ugly as an orc, but I didn't really see it. I mean, I know his face is kind of like funny looking, I guess, for anime, but he's not ugly as an orc. Like, come on.
He's uglier than everybody else, though. And
Yeah,
that shit's a sliding scale.
I was gonna say they said that everybody in this fantasy world was beautiful and everything else, and he's just like some normal dude with like a weird face.
Yeah, he's just an average looking dude. But everybody else is 9s and 10s. You gonna be ugly.
And I think I really enjoyed it too, because whenever like somebody looked at him, he always made this like ridiculous face, and like that'll get us in the animation for this, because the animation was just super over the top at some points. Like anytime he made a face, it was like animated to the extreme. Like there was just, he either looked normal or he looked insane. There was no in between.
Yeah, they would add like a lot of like the facial expression lines whenever they were trying to have them make like a real impactful face.
Oh yeah, they gave him teeth. They like made it ridiculous.
It kind of
And
reminded
teeth
me of like the Attack on Titan, like Yelena. You remember
Yeah.
the face, you know, the over the top expressions. So I really enjoyed it. One thing I did like a lot is that we hardly ever got to see the uncles and Takafumi's eyes. They wore glasses. You never could see their eyes until like certain moments. It was always the glass anime glasses animation. So
Oh yeah, it always had the glare on it.
yeah. I love that.
So,
yeah, I even liked like how they used some like colors when they were going back to when he was like in the other world. The colors were like a lot brighter, and then when they went back to the real world, they were like a little bit more muted. And it was subtle, but it was there, and I really appreciated they did that. It was a little bit of attention to detail there. What were you
yeah,
about to say?
definitely. Oh, I was gonna say, so I watched it subbed. I believe Tyler did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you said you watched it subbed and dubbed?
Yeah, so I watched episode 3 dubbed, and it was actually pretty decent. I was pleasantly surprised. Um, I've also watched like the Vinland Saga season 1 and most of season 2 dubbed, and they've been getting some pretty decent voice actors. Some of the side characters are not so great, but at least like the main cast usually are. And with it being so few characters in this, they all did pretty good.
Yeah, there's like only four or maybe 5 characters, at least in the first 4 episodes, that actually make a difference. So not a lot
Yeah.
of confusing shit going on, you know, just a simple couple characters. So
Yeah, and through the rest of the show, they really only add 2 more characters to the real world and 3 more characters that are main important to the fantasy world. So like, it's a pretty small cast.
more people, like, does other people besides Uncle come over from the fantasy world to the real world? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
no. So it's one of Fujimiya's friends, and there's another character as well. And then in the fantasy world, they meet up with like your classic fantasy adventuring party. So
Okay.
I was
The
hoping
typical.
the elf would come on over, you know, for a little bit. Besides, other than what we've seen, you know, yeah.
that scene had me rolling with the minute Takafumi saw his uncle like that, he's like, "We're making a YouTube video right now."
I just like how he, like, when he first transformed, Fujimiya come in there and he started trying to talk to her about relationship advice again, and his pants was literally still at his feet. Like he never did even step out of them or anything. It's just like it dropped, and he's just like, "I'm a girl now. I'm his aunt."
I'm his aunt who is an elf.
Yeah. No worries. Tell me all your relationship advice, even though we haven't met yet. You know,
We're both
that was
ladies.
weird.
Yeah, that shit was
Yeah.
hilarious.
So one thing I really enjoyed about this show that I never thought I'd actually watch was you basically just watched a show of people watching a show.
True.
Yes, yeah.
Like, that was the whole show.
And then, you know, Takafumi just like talking about it to Fujimiya and, you know, discussing it and just basically talking about Uncle the whole time, pretty much. So,
And he's just so oblivious. He doesn't even know.
and the funny thing is like all the shit that he's talking about Uncle about, especially like the oblivious romance stuff, it's happening to him too. Like he's literally
Yeah,
having
it's
the
so
same shit
funny.
happening. So
They're the same. They are the
Yeah.
same. And it's funny like how you don't like realize that until maybe like the third or fourth episode. It's like, oh, you don't even know you're the same person. Look at you. But I like some of the scenes when they were trying to grow Uncle's YouTube page. And he was like interacting with the people talking shit online back to them. And he's like, no, but they're wrong. I have to say something. And like, if you didn't know any better, you would engage with people on your page that were talking a hot mess to you. But it was funny, like he kind of got depressed there for a minute when they realized people were just clicking on him because he changed into like a hot elf. He was devastated.
I loved the scene where they got the email about the YouTube partner.
Yes.
Because that's like the actual partnership rules for YouTube right there. Like you need 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours. And the fact that he's like, I have all the watch hours, but I have no subs. And when Takafumi just realized it, it's because he's just shit talking all day in the comments. That's why. I was like, what a fucking idiot, dude.
I'm surprised he got 800, bro. Shit.
Yeah, he must have been putting out that good content. 'Cause, I mean, he was getting like, what was it, like 200,000 like views a freaking video,
Yeah.
and he had 870 something followers.
That's brutal.
Yeah, subscribers. But yeah, that was nuts. That was nuts, man. But I thought this was really enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like overall.
It gets
is
even
good.
better, dude. It gets even better.
What was y'all's favorite like moments or characters, all that stuff?
Yeah, so my favorite characters were definitely still Uncle and Elf. Like their dynamic was so funny. And like I think I've come to realize that I don't mind like the tsundere character. I just hate high school based animes. That's it. That don't involve like fighting. I think that's it.
We okay. I guess I hope so. Maybe we can open this thing up a little bit. But do you think it also helped that it wasn't on her like the whole time? Because usually tsundere is like always throughout the entire episode. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like
I guess-
the thing is though is it's the Sundere, like it wasn't really her fault. It was his fault, you know. Usually the Sundere is just going off for no reason, but she had reasons, so you know.
Yeah, that's true.
But I absolutely love the fact that like Uncle didn't know that character trope because he was in a coma before it became popular. And they're like, oh my God, this is before he was in a coma. He doesn't even know what she is.
Because we all go around classifying, you know, women as Sunderes and all that such.
And
Love
like
that.
it did get me thinking though, because I've watched a lot of like fantasy animes, kind of like not necessarily isekais, but I've watched a lot of animes that have like that type of character.
Sakura.
Is she?
I don't know why she wouldn't be.
I mean, that's a very muted one, I guess. But like, you got one in like Sword Art Online. I can't remember her name. There's a character who's just like the elf, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I don't mind this character type. I just don't like it when it's like some 15-year-old in a high school. That's it. That's the cutoff.
Yeah, I mean, like, how many times did Sakura like hit Naruto and Sasuke all the time, and then go cry about it and all that good stuff?
I guess that's true. Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah.
So
I guess I didn't know the term when I watched Naruto.
I didn't either.
I think one of my favorite things is that even though Uncle was an ugly-faced orc, he was still your classic isekai male character. He had black hair and he got all the bitches.
all the important ones, anyways.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, how do they work this trope in with this weirdo? I was crying.
Yeah, I think for me it was when he like got the ring and gave it to the tsundere character, and then turned it into the bank and was like, "Here you go, here's the money."
He pawned that shit. He's not even thinking about like the importance of putting a ring on somebody's hand. He's just like, nah. You're good for life. Go feed yourself.
Yeah, he's like, "I don't want to owe you anything, so here's the money from it." I was like, "Oh."
She's like, we can't do this. We can't do this. It's too early.
This is a very special ring. There are only 7 of them in all the world.
It was good. I had some good laughs with this one.
And my favorite character, I guess, would be the elf, tsundere elf. I really enjoyed whenever she was on the screen, especially like Dan said, the dynamic between her and Uncle. So they done a really good job making that like comedy hour. So
Yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, and the tsundere character was kind of making it more fun for me.
I also really enjoyed Mabel, the Ice Clan, the last member of the Ice Clan, because I just vibed with her so hard. She's like, I don't want to work. I don't want to do nothing. And I'm like, girl, I got you. I feel that. Like, I feel that in my bones.
I completely understand.
hey,
Hell yeah.
solid advice from Uncle though. That's what I was said.
Definitely. So did you guys have like a favorite moment in the 4 episodes you watched?
I don't know. Like I said, I just really liked all of most of the moments that came from Elf and Uncle. But if I had to choose one, it had to be when Uncle changed into the elf and was just trying to talk to Fujimiya, even though you could clearly see that he did change. And then our boy Takafumi came in and was just like, bro, what are you doing?
So you got to be kidding me.
Yeah,
He was just like stuck
funny.
standing there in the doorway like this. There's no way this is happening to me right now.
It was so funny.
But yeah, that was probably my favorite. So
Cool. Yeah, that ring moment had me rolling because like it was that combination of the secondhand embarrassment, wondering what the tsundere character is gonna do, and then just rolling laughing.
Oh, definitely, man. Yeah, there were some scenes later in the show that I really liked. Like there's I'm not gonna go into too much detail, obviously, but there's a scene where Uncle teaches Mabel a song from Japan
Mhm.
and for her to sing. And like you just start listening to it, and I'm like, did they really pick the song from the Starlight Zone and Sonic the Hedgehog? You just listen to like do 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 do, and I'm like, no fucking way! Like recognize it instantly. I was like, this motherfucker, dude.
This was for you. This was for you.
Just the Sega references, dude. And there's another scene. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it involves dinosaurs, and I was laughing my ass off the entire time.
Very good. Very good.
So if I'm Otaku Hero from Magical Destroyers, Dan is definitely Uncle from Another
No.
World.
Yeah.
God, no.
Yeah.
Me and Baz voted. You're wrong.
Yep, it's over, bro. It's 2-1. That's it.
I'm just his love of Sega. I'm nothing else with this weird dude.
That's what you say. We beg to differ.
Oof. Oof.
Bro. No. He gets really creepy at some points, man. I'd fucking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I haven't
creepy.
seen any creepiness out of him at all.
Oh yeah, there's a scene coming up where he wants to get his sweatshirt back, and it goes wild.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's actually the next episode. I think it's episode 5 where some creepy shit goes down. So I fucking hate you guys for that.
Well, I mean, if you lost your sweatshirt, bro, or somebody took it away, you'd want to get it back too, right?
Nah, dude, girl takes your sweatshirt. That's fair game. That's hers. That's hers. That's the unwritten rule.
There's really nothing you can do, actually.
No, unless they give it back to you, it's theirs, man. That's unwritten.
Yeah. That's just the way it goes. That's the way life is. So the series didn't end after the 13 episodes. This is just the first season, right?
Yeah, they left it at a spot where it can definitely continue. I don't know if there's any plans to continue it or not, but it's
Mhm.
definitely at a point where it could go on for another season or more. I'm not sure. I don't know the source material if it's done or if it's continuing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
I
I was
mean, I think this is pretty popular, so I think it probably would get another one, especially from Netflix. So they're trying to dive into the anime world as it is. So
I got you. I have zero faith in Netflix. I always have zero faith in them.
Yeah. After what they did to my boy Meliodas in Seven Deadly Sins, I can't do it, dude. They
Yeah.
butchered and destroyed that show.
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough to watch. That and they, like I said before when we were talking about the news, they always cancel shows. Um, and like even during the making of this season, I was looking it up. It started in July 2022. It ended in March 2023, so just 3 months ago here. Almost to the day, and it's 12 episodes.
So they had a long break after 7 episodes, and I think it was COVID related
yeah,
because Japan was having a lot of issues with COVID. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but there
Okay.
were a lot of anime were put on hiatus in the last like 2 years. So I'm assuming that was something related to that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was reading that it was something with the with something with Netflix because there was also a pause between episodes 4 and 5. No, it was 3 and 4, and I think
Okay.
episodes 6 and 7.
Huh.
Um,
Interesting.
all the rest of our anime was getting done. So, but if
I
it
wouldn't
wasn't
say all of
COVID,
it.
well, I said most. I mean, most of it at the very least. Um, but yeah, I really like this show, but I don't. I like to keep things away from Netflix for a couple of different reasons at this point in my life.
so I guess y'all got anything else to talk about it? Should we get in like ratings? First look ratings or no?
Yeah, I think I have one more thing I'd like to say is that like if you enjoy comedy, like if you enjoy other types of if you enjoy anime and if you enjoy shows like Family Guy, like your standard American comedies, this is like a really good mix between those two. Because it's really funny and it does pull a lot of like nerd culture into it, whether it's video games or anime and stuff like that. But it's also really grounded really well in the real world because of how they're telling the story. So it's really fun in that sense.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It's a pretty light watch, and it's gonna make you laugh. A lot of silly jokes.
Definitely, man. A lot of ridiculous jokes.
Alrighty. So I guess I'll go. I thought I was looking forward to it being like I always assumed that Uncle was more of like a pervy sage type character. I mean, he may grow into it a little bit more later on. I don't know, but he's not that bad like pervy sage Master Roshi type. And I always assumed that he was kind of. I guess maybe by the look on his face in the trailers and shit.
Okay.
It just has that look. So um. But I think I would give it like a solid 6.5 after 4 episodes. It's pretty funny. It meets the mark on comedy, I think, and it's kind of over the top, but it's not too over the top. So I enjoyed it. I'll
Yeah.
definitely finish it.
Yeah, it's pretty comfortable. Like it can get like funny in like in an inappropriate way sometimes, but it doesn't cross the threshold. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
So-
okay, yeah, I'm only on episode 4. I guess Dan has some insight on that one. But yeah, I'd give it like around 5, 7, 6, somewhere around there. It was solid. It was solid for what it was. It knows what it is, and I think it sticks to it pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you like grew up with like Sega consoles, this is a great show for you. The references to like really popular games. I mean, Sonic, Golden Axe, Puyo Puyo is fantastic. I laughed my ass off at every single video game reference in it. Um, it's like really funny. It's not like a top tier show by any means at all, but it's a really quick, funny, fun watch. I really enjoyed it. I think I'm going to give it around a 7 after watching all of it, which is pretty good for me. Like I don't give many shows that we've watched over a 7, so
Very
it's
true.
it's a good B tier show in my opinion. But yeah, it was really fun. It gets even more ridiculous. Like the last battle is awesome. And like you actually finally get to watch a battle, because every time there's a battle coming up, and like every episode until the last one, he's just like, and that's what happened, and shuts it off.
God bless.
It was a fun watch. So I mean, I binged it like 2.5 days. Just I was like, yeah, it's 13 episodes. I'm already 8 in. Like I got nothing else to do. Screw it.
Might as well finish it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it had a 7.86 on my anime list, so everybody's thinking it's pretty solid, and I could agree with how that is. So
I don't trust Mal ratings, because I've seen shows that have like 8.5, and I'm like, I gave this a 5. So
You're just not one of those people, Dan.
I'm
wrong.
I start in the middle. I don't start at the top.
True.
But awesome. You guys want to get into our next segment?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's do it. So we've done this before. This was a segment we did on our very first Anime Degens podcast, and it is Anime Crackpot Theories. So basically what this is, we dove into the depths of the internet, Reddit, wherever, maybe some 4chan if you're getting really, really, really scared. And we found anime theories that we all thought were really funny. So who wants to go first?
I'll go ahead and knock mine out.
Okay.
This is one that I personally love, and I've spent some time like looking into outside of the show. So this one is kind of Goku becomes evil. This was originally like an Latin American like creepypasta, and it was popularized in English speaking companies, not American speaking. My bad. By Smug Stick and Daiku Theories. So just to get into it to start, um, it's sometime after the Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Super, and kind of like the Gods of Destructions are conspiring against Goku and trying to figure out how to get rid of him. And the reason that they want to is because one, they saw him using, kind of like the power of the gods with Ultra Instinct and realizing how powerful he can become. But one, he almost got, a lot of the universes annihilated by reminding Zeno-sama that the Tournament of Power was supposed to happen in the first place. So they're saying he's got a very powerful friend. He does dumb shit all the time, and he just almost killed most of us. So they're like, we have to get rid of him. We got to do something about this fucker. And they can't kill him because, we'll sense that his energy's gone. So they said, Beerus is like, bruh, I know of some like dimensional chamber on Earth. And if we can just lock him in there, we're good. We're good, right? And he's like, we lock him in there, we'll trap him somehow. So he goes, and they're like, yeah, let's handle that shit. And Beerus goes down to Earth to talk to Vegeta, in this crazy ass theory. I think it's fun though. And he pretty much tells Vegeta it's either the Earth or Goku. He explains how he was pretty much dangerous to all the other universes. And he's like, you really don't have a choice. You can help me do this, or I can just kill everybody, and you can't do anything. Because at this point, they're not really boxing Beerus like that. And they would have to fight all the other gods too. So he agrees, and he gets Goku in the time chamber saying, hey, there might be some new, more powerful enemies coming in. We always have to get stronger. And it really doesn't take too much to get Goku to train right.
Not at all.
So this is the hyperbolic time chamber they're talking about, right?
Yeah. It's the second hyperbolic time chamber, the one that Dende made.
So they're gonna lock Goku in a place where a day in the real world is 365 days, and not expect him to get strong enough to break out of that bitch.
So they're gonna break down the door, and they already know that Dende reinforced it. So like how when Boo did it back in the Boo saga, that's supposed to be no longer possible. So it's been reinforced, it's been updated, and that's why they figured, hey, this might be a good idea. So Vegeta gets everybody else involved to meet, except for his family, right? Gohan and Chi-Chi ain't gonna have this shit. And they go in there to train. They all meet up on the tower outside of Goku's family. And they're like, hey, we're gonna go train. They stand there for a few hours, and they're like, "Hey, we got to go do something, Goku." And gullible ass Goku's like, "All right, I'll see you guys in a minute." And so he goes back to training, and after a while, he realizes the door's been broken from the outside. And he knows it's not him because Dende had told him in the past, you can no longer break it from the inside because they had done that before and gotten trapped. And he's like, well, over time, he's like, who could have done this? Who would have done this? Who's the last people I was with? Oh, Vegeta. But why? I don't know. Maybe I'll ask him. But then years go by. He's getting angrier. Why is no one coming for me? They could have gotten me out of here, right? And, on like day 5 or 6, we get into a situation where like King Kai's starting to feel bad because he's learned about it, and he tells Gohan, he's like, hey, you got to help your dad out. And then he, get this darn cat out of the way. He makes him like immortal so he doesn't have to eat food. So he ends up staying locked in there. He doesn't tell him who did it, who locked him in there, only that he's locked in there. So they get the Dragon Balls, he makes him immortal, and then Goku spends thousands of years in here. It's been like 4 or 5 years, and he's getting angrier and angrier. He becomes a little crazy because he's got no socialization, and he's like, if I ever break out of here, I'm gonna destroy Vegeta and whoever locked me in here. So he's been training this entire time. He's immortal, so he doesn't really have to rest too much. So he's just waiting till he gets strong enough to, like you said, Dan, break the walls down of this place. So eventually he gets more powerful than the gods of destruction, even Xeno-sama himself, and he powers up and escapes. He locates Earth because he can sense Gohan's power because he's training. And then he comes back and he talks to Gohan. He's like, hey, what the fuck happened? He's like, I thought you just, I knew you were trapped in there, but I didn't know what to do about it. And then he pulls up on fucking Vegeta. Vegeta tries to explain to himself. He's like, hey, Beerus told me, bro, it was either you or the planet. He's like, yo, you should have at least said something. And then, Vegeta tries to power up. The other Zeta fighters come because they feel the fight happening. And then Goku just fucking kills him. And then he goes after the gods of destruction in Xeno-sama. So that's the story. That's the whole motherfucking thing.
There's got to be like a fan manga of this, right? I feel like.
Oh yeah. So this is like the first 30 minutes of it, maybe 20 minutes, and it's like 2 or 3 hours long.
Oh fuck.
So I gave you the fucking Spark Notes. It's actually really good. Daiku Theories, DBS on YouTube. He has them like 20-minute increments, but yeah, he like really I guess laid it out a little bit and made it a little bit more understandable and made a whole story out of it. But yeah, it was story time, y'all.
So I got a question.
Sure.
What if I took Minato and
Minato
sealed him
can't.
away inside
Why are you
of
pulling
me?
people? What are you bringing Minato into this?
Minato can't touch Goku.
It's always
dude.
Minato with him, dog.
Minato can't touch Goku, bro. What are you
I
talking
want
about?
to be powerful. Can this have
Minato
anything?
is an ant compared to Goku in this sense,
But
dude.
he's got this. He's got the Reaper Death Seal. You think that could handle some of it? Handle the Kurama?
No.
He couldn't handle him, dog.
Okay, Kurama is like planet ending. Goku is like
Literally universe ending.
I was gonna say multi-universe ending at this point. Like you can't seal that away. You can't.
No.
So you're saying I would have to get him?
Oh, you talking about Goku in this state?
Yeah, I'm talking Goku in this state. You're not touching him.
Oh, bro, no. Like he's swatting people. He's swatting people. Think about Goku training for like 2,000 years, dog, and ain't been doing nothing else. Come on, bro.
And
give me a break.
He's like Brawly level of rage at this point too. Like
yeah, he's bloodlusted. Like he's pissed off.
So he's this powerful, now. I got a question for y'all again. It's a popular question on the internet,
Minato.
No, it's not Minato. So who would win now? One Punch Man or Goku in this state?
That's a clap. That's a
You think
clap.
so?
I think Goku in this state, yeah, that's a different animal.
What if
Unfathomable
One
power.
Punch Man had enough time to train too, like Goku did? I mean,
So-
obviously he couldn't train as much, but
One Punch Man, Saitama would have 4 years, and Goku would have 4,000. It's not even close.
okay.
Yeah, it's not
I was just
hyperbolic.
curious,
Yeah.
what how I could try to get him in my body, for one thing.
Pause. Pause. Okay.
You're gonna be talking to the Riz
Okay.
gods for that one, buddy.
Woo.
Well, yeah. Okay, I'm done now. I'm done bullshitting.
Yeah.
Well,
Dude,
would
in
you-
like this crackpot theory, it even gets into him like fighting the gods, and even Xenosama, and like it's some shit. It's some shit.
No,
But it's
way,
really
dude.
fun. It's really fun, man. If y'all are like ever like riding around and like need something to listen to, it's like funny to listen to.
Oh yeah.
Awesome, Tyler. You want to get us into your Minato related theory? I'm guessing.
It's not Minato related. It's
Cap.
Naruto related though. We're not gonna talk about Minato probably. So, but anyways, my theory is obviously, like I said, a Naruto theory. I think that Pervy Sage, my man Pervy Sage, didn't actually die after Jiraiya. I mean, after the pain fight.
Okay,
So
that's interesting.
yeah. So I mean, we all saw him like get major damaged, and also fall into the ocean, whatever, sink to the bottom, supposedly, whatever. But what if he went into the ocean? When he went into the ocean, what if he started absorbing nature energy like he can do? And we all know that if you absorb nature energy, obviously you can do sage mode. But if
Mhm.
you absorb a little bit too much, you start getting like toad-like features, stuff like that. But if you absorb way too much, you turn into a toad, and it's permanent.
Okay,
So what if he fell into the ocean and started absorbing all this energy and became a toad
he absorbs too much nature energy,
and turns into a toad?
and Jiraiya turns into a toad.
Yeah. And he's still alive. So, and then, because he wants to go back to the Hidden Leaf Village, obviously, one last time, because, who wouldn't want to see his boo, 106 centimeter lady, just chilling there. You know what I mean?
Did you have to look that up, or do you know that off the top of your head?
Oh, I know 106 off the top of my head. Yeah.
Do you know it in inches?
You don't need to.
I'm
You don't
sure
need
it's
to.
like probably like 70. I don't know. Or something like that. Probably. Who knows, bro? But
106 is very small.
I thought it was 162.
I'm pretty.
Let's look this up.
Yeah,
Somebody.
look it up. See if I'm right. It's off the top of my head. So 106 centimeters.
That's 41 inches.
Yeah. 41 inches. Am I right though?
106 centimeters. He is correct.
Hey,
Sheesh.
see, I told you. So he went back to the Hidden Leaf Village just to see his girl,
Mhm.
like I said, to see parts of her, whatever. And the anime, like, they even put a scene in after Pain and Dry where Toad was kind of staring at Tsunade, and then it shows it drifting away in the ocean afterwards. So I think that gives it like a lot of legs to stand on, that theory. Another thing that supports this, I think, is the fact that Kabuto said that he could never find Jiraiya's body in the ocean because he tried to bring it back with Ito Tensai.
That's a good
And
point.
He
Okay.
never did find it. And we know Kabuto, he's a man with a lot of tools. If he could find anything, you think you'd be able to find Jiraiya's body in the ocean. So
I would have been so mad if they brought Jiraiya back with Ito Tensei, dude.
yeah, it would have been so heartbreaking.
Yeah, that would been
And-
disrespectful as shit.
Yeah. So that's what I think. I think that Dry absorbed too much nature energy, turned into a toad. That way he could visit the Hidden Leaf Village one more time to see Tsunade. And Tsunade actually seen it and reminded her of Jiraiya, that toad. And, he drifted away. I think one of his chapters is even called like a whale toad drifts away into the great ocean or something like that. But and I know that Dry comes back in Boruto, because of bullshit reasons.
What? No time travel, right?
I don't even know. I don't even watch the anime.
I think they had time
It
travel in
doesn't,
that bitch.
but that's not even manga canon. It doesn't happen in manga. It only happens in the anime. So, because one of my anime only friends that watch Boruto told me, and it was like Dry's back, and I was like, dude, what? Like, I'm current on the manga. I ain't seen Dry one time. She's like, yeah, Dry's back. I was like, what the fuck? They brought Dry back?
That's crazy.
Mid-Ruto, dude. Fuck.
But like I said, like I said, in my head canon is more canon than Boruto anime, in my opinion.
Oof.
You can believe that shit. So, but yeah, I think that's what happened to Dry. I think that's what happened to Perfect Sage. They ain't calling him Toad Sage for nothing. So he transformed into a toad after the pain fight and went to see his girl one last time.
So if he was transformed into a toad, would he still be full of holes? Because didn't he get stabbed a shit ton before he died?
Well,
he would still have holes in him.
But sage magic, has healing properties too, especially if you're absorbing a lot of it. Huh?
We got magic in Naruto now.
That's literally the whole power system, bro.
That's jutsu, but I'm just laughing. I've never heard the word magic used talking about Naruto.
Did I say magic?
Yeah, you did.
I just say shit, bro. I just say shit.
Sage magic. I was like, are we talking about a different show now? I'm confused.
You know what I'm talking about. Sage energy. Sage mode, whatever. So I assume, if you envelop that much sage energy or nature energy, that it would probably heal you a little bit, especially when you downsize. Maybe the hoes get downsized too. You never know.
That would pass. That actually passes. That's a good one.
But in the sense of like proportionality, if you're a smaller toad and you're full of smaller holes, they're still the same size to you.
Well, let me tell you something. I went frog gigging this past weekend. And that's where you stab toads with spears and you take them home and you fry up them frog legs. Them things are durable, dog. Them things are durable. You stack up. You can get them pretty good now, and they'll keep on living. So that'll pass for me. That'll actually pass for me. I got you on that one, Tyler.
The thing is, man, you can't stop the pervy sage Dry. You can't stop the man from going to his woman, bro. He wants to go see his woman. He's gonna see his woman however he wants to see her, and one last time. The hoes ain't gonna stop him, bro. He's going. So.
He's goat. He's the goat.
Yeah.
Oh, he's turned into a damn frog.
He's turned into a damn frog, bro. That way, go see the 106 centimeters one
That's
more
all
time.
he can do. All he can do, bro.
I'd do it too if I was a frog, I guess. Alright, I'm done with my bullshit.
All right. Dan, you want to hit him with yours?
Yeah, let's do it. So this is a theory, but it's also a major shit post, and I'm a big fan of it. So this is a theory from Meki Lava in the R Titanfolk Reddit. So basically, this is an Attack on Titan Reddit. And the theory is that Attack on Titan is a prequel to the 2005 DreamWorks movie Madagascar.
What?
There's a lot of valid points in this shit.
Okay.
Are you understanding what he's talking about, Bass?
I'm gonna need some explanation on this one. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, just to start, we'll talk about the
Please do.
place. So the world in Attack on Titan is actually the Earth, but it's mirrored. So think of like, take your map and flip it upside down. So paradise is in, like a northern climate in the sense of the world. It's not temperate. It's nothing like that.
Okay.
And in this theory, Zeke is in the paths, similar to the anime and the manga. And Armin somehow gets in there to talk to him about the plan because, one, he doesn't want Eren to die, and two, he doesn't believe that, euthanasia is the right answer, which I think we all can agree with. That's really fucked up.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
So Armin here, instead of going along with the euthanasia plan, he morphs it into his own little plan. Armin's plan is to basically turn all of the Eldians into sentient, pure Titans. Because Titans don't have reproductive organs, so they can't reproduce. So that, in a sense, ends the same thing, kind of like the euthanasia plan. But Zeke thinks about it. And he's like, you know what? That's great, but Titans are terrifying. So we got to make them small and less aggressive. So the animal that came to Zeke's mind was monkeys. But not apes, because apes are really aggressive. That's a strong creature.
Sure.
So they settle on lemurs.
I'm still not putting this together, bro. I'm still not seeing how Madagascar and Attack on Titan is, together. So
Well, let me continue.
Let's see what happens.
So, why did Isayama, the mangaka behind Attack on Titan, choose lemurs? Well, back in 2014, he had a tweet about how Madagascar was incredible and his favorite movie ever. He loved it.
He's got the receipts.
Big fan. Big fan of Madagascar. 10 out of 10.
Okay.
Tell your friends. Best movie he's ever seen. His favorite character? You got to know it. King Julien.
I think he's everybody's favorite character, though, bro.
So basically, because of how much he loved Madagascar, he decided to turn all the Eldians into lemurs.
Mm-hmm.
Major problem here. Paradise in this world is not in a tropical climate. You know what lemurs love? Bananas. You can't grow bananas in like the northern part of the world. So Armin's solution to this is that they're going to flip the world upside down using the power of the Titans.
What the fuck? Hold on. Nah. Talk that one. Nah, I need more on that.
I don't know the details. That's all it said.
With the power of the Titans.
Hey, bro, I'm still stuck on the bananas. I want some bananas now.
So this is also the pure sentient beast Titan lemurs can enjoy some fucking bananas.
Oh.
Hey, yo.
Well,
so in this scenario, Paradise, when we flip the map over, what does it become? Madagascar. What does Marley become? Africa, right?
I don't know.
Okay. We're crossing that divide.
Sure.
Ocean. What's there between Marley and Paradise? An ocean.
Okay.
Who do we have come from Africa and Madagascar to absolutely destroy Paradise?
The lemurs.
No, the lion and the hippo and all these motherfuckers.
Well, who would be the lion and hippo?
I don't know about the hippo, but Rainer would be the lion. Because he comes over and he starts attacking the island. He's got a whole plan, whatever. I'm going to rule this bitch. And then he befriends the inhabitants of Paradise. They become friends, buddies. Very conflicting for him. In this scenario, our boy Eren is reincarnated or turned into none other than King Julien. Eren, his goal is to move forward. King Julian's goal is to move it. They have recurring dreams. They both suffer from their conscience affecting decisions they've made in the past and feeling bad about it. And it's very plausible at this point. Armin becomes Mort, the mindless little lemur dude who's just crazy because he just wants to forget the horrors of the rumbling.
Mm-hmm.
And even in the Madagascar spinoff.
I mean, I know we're talking about crackpot theories here, but
this
I think
is
this
crazy,
was way out there.
This is methed out.
There's a scene in the Madagascar spinoff, Penguins of Madagascar, where Mort gets huge and goes colossal titan mode. So there's a lot of feeding into this. But that is my theory: is that Madagascar is the sequel to our show. We're waiting on the finale, which completely butchers this theory. As we've already seen, it's entirely over, but it's a really funny fucking theory.
That was something. That was something.
That is top tier shit posting.
I love that somebody really used their brain very hard to create this.
All because of a tweet.
My favorite part was the flip the Earth upside down with the power of the Titans. Like that shit had me cracking up.
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do for bananas, right?
Hey man, for the people.
There's some pineapples, you can't grow that shit in like Germany. That doesn't work.
So lemurs were once people, Tyler.
Hey, I mean, sad. It is what it is, I guess, bro.
I mean, have you guys ever seen a baby lemur in Madagascar?
No. Wait, what? I've never been to Madagascar.
In the movies. The movies, dog.
I've never left Kentucky, bro.
Never left Kentucky?
I've been to Florida once.
He's like, I drove across the border to Ohio once. It was just as sad.
Wow. Now we got to throw some shots now. Yeah. But no, that was fun.
Dude, fun. Yeah, I'll post the whole theory. You can read it on Discord. It was wild. I was cracking up. I'm like, who the fuck thought of this?
I don't know. I don't like them though.
But I don't think I've ever seen a more crackpot theory than this. Like the Luffy is Crocodile's mom one I had in like the first episode. That's like tame compared to the Titans were turned into lemurs, and that's how we got Madagascar.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. Jesus, I don't even know where to start with that.
Bananas.
Gotta have the bananas, man.
Bananas, man.
I like me some banana too, I guess, so I can feel the pain. So I just don't know. I just don't. Hey, but if the Titans can have special powers in this world, then I can do what I want too. So, right?
Well, the Titans. I mean, this is all like plausible if you think about it with the Attack on Titan world, because the Beast Titan can control other Titans. He can turn people into Titans, and
you said with the Titan special powers, that's very vague.
Oh, dude, with the past, you can do it. If you can euthanize an entire civilization using the power of the Titans, you can turn them into fucking monkeys. That works.
So, forget what I said about Goku. I am using Minato to get the paths, whatever the hell her name is, and I'm putting her in me.
You gotta be an Eldian, bruh.
No, it's fine. If they flip in the if they flip in the world upside down, they can flip me upside down too, and I can be Eldian.
Bro, she is a child. She is a child.
Says Tyler tonight.
She is a child.
All right. Yeah.
Well, on that note, we appreciate you guys hanging out for this week's Anime Degens Podcast, episode 18. Make sure to join the Discords. You could read this absolutely hilarious shit post from Reddit. It was a treat, and I'm going to make sure to share it in there. Linktree.com/Anime Degens, not Delens. I don't know what I was saying there. To check us out on all our socials, join the Discord, and come hang. And appreciate you guys listening, and we'll catch you next week.
Later.